Okay, big girl. Can I sit with you? Can I sit with you? So hello. My name is Olivia. This is my first YouTube video in a really long time. There might be one other video on my channel, and it was my first time giving my dog his bath, and that was 10 years ago. He'll be 10 this year, so that was 10 years ago. A little bit about me. I just mentioned one of my dogs. I have another dog. This is Millie. And I have a cat named Clover who is in her tree slightly behind me, if you can see her. I also have a fish tank and a frog. So lots of little critters. So why am I doing this? I spent a really long time craving creativity and like not indulging myself. I have always been painting and drawing ever since I was a kid, ever since I could hold a pencil. You know, people always say that. Is that a cliche? It's true though. But now I'm grown and now, I have a job and bye, Mill. Now I'm grown. Now I have a job and it's just been really hard to find time to like be creative, right? And I've gotten the urge to create, to paint, to draw, to do whatever, all kinds of things, not just painting and drawing. And I've always talked myself out of it. And lately I've been seeing a lot of like the same idea. And I feel like if you talk yourself out of something and you keep hearing the same idea over and over and over again, like you're like, no, I don't need to do that. No, that's not practical. You make whatever excuse, right? And you keep making that excuse. And then you hear about why you should stop doing that. And I feel like that is the universe like telling you to shut up and do it. So here I am, I'm doing it. Like, girl, I just want to sit down and talk to my phone. And then post it on the internet. Hello. But no, really, like, what are my goals in doing this? Like, why is this something that I want to do? I have learned a lot from YouTube. I've spent a lot of time on YouTube. I've always been on the internet my whole entire life. That's not true, but I've been on the internet a lot of my life. And I always come back to YouTube because people post their experiences and whatever they go through, whatever they're thinking about at the time. And I feel like I'm starting this journey. I'm making myself like, hey, I want to make this lifestyle change. I want to make time to do all of these things that I want to do. And that is a big step. And I feel like other people could learn from that. Possibly, maybe. You don't have to, but you might be able to. I feel like YouTube has been such a big resource for me. And if I can be that resource to other people, then I'll be happy. It's also, whenever you start something new, it's also really nice to be able to document that and like go back and watch. And like I said, I spend a lot of time on YouTube. I watch other people's videos and people are always like, I go back to my first post and I cringe and like I want to experience that. I want to learn from my mistakes or past me or novice me. And I feel like just the documentation aspect of that is appealing, is cool. This is also a practice in vulnerability. Sitting here talking to my phone is really kind of weird. Obviously, for obvious reasons, I'm sure you can fathom. I don't know, you're seeing me, you're seeing my home, all of my things that I do, my quirks, the things that I'm self-conscious about, I'm putting on display, but I'm just doing it. I'm going for it. There are lots of people that I watch who have like these beautiful homes, super modern homes, and like that's not me. That's not my life. My life is not perfect. Things do not look perfect. Goofy things happen. Hi, bub. You want to come here? Come here. Come here. Get up here. Come on. Yeah. Okay, bye. I'm always in the middle of projects. There are always things that are not done. Sometimes stuff is not, put away. There's clutter, but that's okay because I'm being vulnerable. And I'm just doing, right? Like if I sit and I contemplate and I fuss over things not looking perfect, I'm never going to do it because things are never going to look perfect. Perfect is unattainable. So I'm just doing it. Vulnerability is like a catalyst for creativity, right? Because in order to do something good, you need to be able to do it badly and learn from that. And so like that's what I'm doing. In order to be more creative, I have to be vulnerable. I have to put myself out there, whether that is doing that to myself, like being like, hello me, here is this artwork I created. How do we feel about this? Or like making a YouTube video and saying, hello internet, how do you feel about this video you're watching? You know, and to be able to learn and grow from those experiences. So I'm taking out the fear. I'm getting over the fear. Fear has let me not do a lot of things, has caused me to not do a lot of things, and I'm not doing that anymore. At least not today. Not right now. What else do? I have a day job. Yeah, I'm an artist. Like I said before, I've always been drawing, painting. I did go to school and get a degree with a concentration in painting and drawing, but I like to do all kinds of things too. I like to embroider, I like to knit. This year, I want to sew my first like wearable item. It's been a really long time since I've sewn anything. And really, I'm just trying to make space for creativity again. I'm trying to give myself the space that I need to be able to get back into that, because even if I don't make art for 10 years, 20 years, which hopefully never happens, but even if it does, I'll still be an artist, right? But maybe I'm out of practice. Maybe I need to get back into my practice. And so that's just what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create more and give myself the space to do that. I don't know. There are so many things that I want to do, and I want to do them all. I don't just want to pick one. I want to do everything that I'm like, oh, that's cool. I want to try that. I want to try that. And so that's my goal. About 5 years ago, I used to own a sticker shop on Etsy, and I just did it for fun. I didn't want to turn a profit. I really just wanted to draw on my little iPad, and I worked in retail. I used my employee discount, and I used like a Black Friday sale, and I bought a Cricut machine, and I was like, we're doing this. And like at the time, you know, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was like, I want to do this. It's going to be fun. And I did it. And I got a new job. I moved, and I was like, I'm going to put my sticker shop on hold. And then I never picked it up again. So like, I kind of want to get back into that. I want to learn more about illustration. I still have my little iPad, maybe even open up another sticker shop just for fun again. And then like alongside those things, are there other things that I'm working on or that I'm struggling with? And like one thing that's been top of mind lately, because it's like the thing that I can't get through, that I can't figure out, that I have not figured out yet, is like, there's this concept of like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And it's like, if you want to do something and all you have is 15 minutes, use that time to do what you can, right? But on the flip side, my brain goes, 15 minutes, you only have 15 minutes. And so I'm like, okay, I can't start a drawing and finish it in 15 minutes. So maybe I don't do that. Maybe I do something else with that 15 minutes, which is counterproductive, because as like, I know in my brain, I know that I can do a sketch in 15 minutes or pick out colors in 15 minutes, research in 15 minutes. There are lots of things that I can do in 15 minutes. I don't have to start something in that 15 minutes and work it until completion by the end of that 15 minutes. But my brain is like, yes, you do. Yes, that is exactly what you have to do. I know that I can just chip away at it, but for some reason I can't get myself to have that mentality when it's time to actually do it. So that's something that I'm working on. Yeah. And then I mentioned letting myself make bad art. It's like a bad recipe. It's like cooking, right? My grandma calls it eating your mistakes. I'm sure this has happened to everyone. I've seen it a lot. It's happened to me a lot. I love to cook. I love to bake. If you've ever followed a cookie recipe and for some reason maybe you miss an ingredient, or you're like, I'm not chilling the dough, whatever it is, you put the cookies in the oven and you take them out, and instead of these like nice thick fluffy cookies, they're just flat and they're all mushed together, and basically your whole entire pan is just now a thin sheet of cookies. And you're like, what? Do you throw those away? No, you eat them. You eat your mistakes. And like having that, you know, same mentality, like it's so easy when it's cooking, when it's something you consume, but like, why can't that apply to trying anything else new. Making a YouTube video for the... Why can't that apply to something else? Making a YouTube video for the first time in 10 years. I need to let myself make bad art so that I can make good art. It's like, oh, this sucks, but hey, I made it. Let's do it again, because it might suck the next time too. You know, it's steps, baby steps. Sometimes it's like I skip a step, or I skip 10 steps, and I'm like, okay, here's this thing. I watched this. I saw someone else do it. Now I know how to do it. And then I try to do it, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is hard. I don't like the way it looks. And instead of pushing through that or taking 5 steps back and figuring out the in-between, I close it up and I'm done. And like, that's not good. I can't let myself do that anymore. And that also goes in hand with like letting myself think more, right? Like you gotta think. I want to give myself more time to think just about things, not about doing things. Well, yes, about doing things, but just think about, I say, give myself more time to think, give myself less distractions. There are a lot of people talking about like going analog, and I think that's really cool. I think analog has a lot of value, but for me, the appeal is almost like removing distractions. Like if I have a bad day at work, or I get upset about something, I don't want to go scroll on my phone and avoid those feelings anymore. Like I want to think about them and work through them, because I do a lot of like hitting an obstacle and I'm like, you know, that's it. Bye. Contemplate, work through it, and like make feelings actionable instead of just like waiting for the feeling to pass, I think is what I'm trying to say. And like explore my creativity with no deadlines. Like if I'm like, next month is July, I want to make 2 paintings. Like, I don't know. I don't want to just make 2 paintings. I want to learn more. I want to establish a creative process. And in order to establish a creative process, I have to give myself time to try new things and work through something. And maybe it's not just 2 paintings. Maybe I have to make 10 pieces in order to figure out what works for me. So I want to give myself, you know, time to think through those things and reflect on my experience and learn from them and grow from them. I've also seen videos about creating like a personal curriculum, whatever. I'm country. Am I? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I want to like learn more about things. I want to do what I want to do, but I also want to learn from people who have done or are doing what I want to do. Maybe I find an artist and I read their bio and I learn about what schools they went to, what programs they attended, and their artist statements about their work. And then I study their work, things like that. I feel like I have a lot to learn in that regard. I feel like I've done a lot of rambling, but if you stayed through until now, thank you so much. I made a promise to myself. I want to keep doing it, so I will keep doing it. So if you made it through to the end, if you liked the video, like the video. If you want to leave a comment, leave a comment. If you want to subscribe, you can do that. But just thank you for watching, and I will see you again later. Bye.